for the longest time, our hands were also tied because of the technology restrictions that we had. The only choice we had was to go with a learning management system. Then thought leaders like Burson came and they started talking about, oh, learning doesn't just happen in the classroom. He brought in this framework of 4 E's. Learning happens through education. Yes, there is time and place for that, but we also need the right environment. We have to create experiences where people can apply that learning so that there's transfer of learning and then exposure to various contextual scenarios. Do you think LMS was the only reason for orgs to struggle to create learning that sticks and make it relevant for people?
I think in today's landscape, the need for kind of ongoing, personalized, perpetual learning is like super, super important. And what I've seen by talking to prospects and customers, the static kind of model completion rates are low, but more importantly, it's like not delivering the outcomes that they want, right? And the actual like content or the skills that they're trying to develop like aren't necessarily like being developed, or the content isn't really being retained, right? And so that's really what pushed us to kind of think through this kind of 6P kind of framework that like I think drives us from like a philosophical perspective, but then also like a technology perspective at Disco. And so the 6Ps on our end is like peers, right? So we're building an AI first social learning platform. Like personalization is super important, and that's now a realistic possibility with the advent of AI and the tooling that's in the marketplace, not just Disco but prompts. We think it's actually a skill in of itself to be asking the right questions. As we think about like AI upskilling and AI fluency in general, the project-based learning is important, right? And then the last two are practice and perpetual, right? So ideally, you're building, those two kind of go hand in hand, but the learning doesn't just happen in a finite X period of weeks, right? You need to continue to kind of hone your skills. Perpetual is like spending 5 minutes a day on something like that to like enable people to be more comfortable with AI tools. Like that's how you really drive skill development and adoption.